Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. We have a very special show today from the intergalactic monstrous god, one of them at least himself, Pustulus Maximus from Gwar. How are you doing today, my dude?
Terrible. I mean,
that's a good
I'm in Destin, Florida.
Ah.
Like I was destined to be sentenced here.
Right.
It's awful.
That sucks.
It's hot as balls.
It must, especially when you have all that, like obvious protection armor on. Like, is that you guys get the sweats a lot when you're going through that, especially if you're in a place like Florida, like just heat exhaustion.
The meat sweats.
Yes.
A lot.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, we normally tour in the fall because the climate is a little bit closer to Antarctica, where we're used to.
Right. Yes. And this I want to have you on the show because I want to ask some serious on the ball questions here. So so everyone, especially here who might not know who Gwar is, who you guys are in general. So I want to get the story right. So you guys coming from space, right? So that's obviously originated from space, came here to conquer the world. And your base is in Antarctica. Is that on the ball there?
Correct. That's where we can be the most left alone.
That's okay. Do you guys ever get fucked with with polar bears or penguins or any of that while you're just going about your day?
Well, the penguins provide, an endless food supply.
Okay.
Of course, but you must watch out for them because they can organize rather well.
Yes.
And we're worried one day they will form an uprising and try to retake Antarctica for themselves.
Yeah. Do you have any?
Until then, you can put them in a hot dog bun. It's pretty cool.
Okay. What about are the polar bears on your side or on the penguin side? Like if there was a war?
No, the polar bears are on Coke.
Okay.
The whole time. I mean, like you've seen them in the Coca-Cola commercials, right?
Ah, okay. Well,
they still send the old Coke formula to Antarctica.
Right.
So they're just jacked up all the time.
Holy shit! I did not put the two together. I should have thought it's weird to put polar bears on Coca-Cola otherwise. So that's the full link right there. I actually
I mean
that makes sense
because it's like every region gets a different Coke product. It's like in the United States you get high fructose corn syrup, and then everybody wants to get the Mexican Coke where they still use real sugar.
Right.
And then of course the Antarctican Coke where they still use Coke.
So do you guys have any issues with did people come bother you over there? I mean, so you have penguins, you got polar bears. Any other dangers to your guys' fort, like in general? I mean, or natural causes, which are like, we might have to reevaluate our place of staying eventually.
Oh, it's actually not so bad. So there's a military base,
okay.
A U.S. military base on Antarctica, and that's actually where we get our mail.
Okay.
And we used to not get any letters. We would just get sacks and sacks of letters sent to Richmond, Virginia.
Right.
Where that's where we keep all the Gwar slaves because they would freeze to death in Antarctica.
Right.
And of course, Richmond, Virginia loved slavery so much that they tried to withdraw from the rest of the United States in the 1800s to keep them.
Right.
So we figured, what better place to have our slaves of humanity than there? But the military base. I actually, in between tours, I work at the Burger King on the military base in Antarctica, and that's what allows us to get a mailbox there and everything at the fort.
Okay. Is there like a special like penguin meal on there for that Burger King? Because I know in most of America they probably don't have any kind of penguin, but do you guys have any?
The back, you gotta come in the back and ask me for it, and I'll hook it up.
Okay.
But man, most people don't know, but on a Burger King on a military base, you can get a Whopper any time of day.
Really?
So if you want to get dinner meals at 6 a.m., you can. That's a totally true fact, Jack.
Holy shit. This is the chat. There you go. If you ever visit Antarctica, well, you probably don't go visit Gwar because they would annihilate you on the spot, right? Like you probably don't want. Like, have you ever had fans come to your guys' like fortress doorstep? Has that been a bad situation over there?
We've had them come to our doorstep in Richmond, and that's awful.
Okay, right.
That is so awful. They're instantly dispatched. I mean, like punched in the face, dragged inside.
Damn. Oh shit. That's
you gotta drag them. You got to bring them across the threshold before you kill them, so you can claim it was like self-defense.
Right. Okay.
Castle Doctrine.
That
all
makes
that good
sense.
stuff.
So that definitely, see, that clears up a lot, because even you go online, and I feel like I was almost learning about just history, right? Just American history and what goes on there. Well, kind of American space history too, to see what's going on. So I'm glad we were able to kind of clarify at least that portion. What is a day in a life for you? Conquering Earth, but also playing in a crazy fucking like heavy metal band and doing crazy. Like, what's a day in a life for Pustulus?
Well, it used to be getting high all day and just trying to find anyone willing to bang,
Okay.
seeking them out through, various Reddit subthreads and the like, go to swinger parties and orgies and gangbangs, stag and vixen cuckold parties and things like that. Those are really, really cool. You
Right.
can make a lot of new friends that way. But actually, in these last few days, Blothar has just gone berserk and he's just traveling across the West Coast. We left him. We're all the way in Florida now.
Oh, shit.
So I've taken over as lead singer while he just sows his seed across the land till he gets it out of the system. The little guy gets a little excited.
Oh, yeah.
So until then, I'm the lead singer. So now that I'm the lead singer, I have a totally new set of responsibilities. I get up at the ass crack of 4 p.m. every day.
Fuck.
Very early for a lead singer. Lead singers usually don't get up until about 9, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So I try to get up a little early and then go to sound check, slow it way down for everybody else. Just like everyone else is ready.
Right.
You show up, put your monitors in, and then the first thing, no, we can't get started. Where's lunch? Why is my lunch cold?
Right.
Well, Pustulus, lunch came at 12 o'clock. It's like, I don't care. You need to have it fresh for me, the lead singer, when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well,
I've had a hard day of sleeping, and I need to rest up for it.
Yeah, lead singer gets instant royalty privileges. I'm sure you also have prio over all the slaves. Is that also correct in terms of everyone else?
Of course, they have to do our bidding, throughout the day, which is, sometimes it's just like anything, any kind of job where you have a guy making minimum wage and you want him to do busy work. It's like, hey, front these shelves, stock this item, whatever. So sometimes we just send him down the street for things we don't need, like batteries for cattle prods that we don't even have on tour, and just random stuff like that. Send him to Home Depot, tell him I need to find some guys to build a fence. They don't question anything we do. So
have you guys ever gone out in like very public, like other than obviously shows, like do you guys ever go to like Home Depot and just like walk around and just see kind of what like humanity just thinks, or like any scenarios where you're even at like whatever, Canadian Tire?
If we want to know what they think, we just read the comment section.
Oh, Reddit. All right, of course. Fine.
But we'll go out sometimes, and we'll go out to bars and bowling alleys, and we're in our full garb because you got to be armed at all times, especially around here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's See, that's just thinking responsibly, and I think that's just forward thinking. That's very smart, and I'm glad you guys have that ability to just kind of suit up, go into the wilderness. Any fun encounters in the wilderness, that just maybe the average just humanoid wouldn't actually get?
That's a good question. I mean, not really, other than you just get solicited all the time for random things. People protesting your shows, and that's probably something you wouldn't just see out in normal society.
Right.
We get protested all the time. The Christian Coalition shows up and tries to stop people from listening to Gwar. I don't understand why. I mean, it's like we're just giving the people what they want.
Yeah.
They want to come die. They want to come get sprayed with blood and guts and bodily fluids throughout the day. But yeah, I mean, that's usually one of the most oddest things we'll encounter, but trudging through the wilderness, bears are pretty dangerous. I'm definitely afraid of bears. Nothing else in the world. Not lions, not tigers, just bears.
Are the bears are the polar bears worse, or are the like grizzly bears or like American bears? Like
grizzly
was worse?
Man, like grizzly bear ripped my third nut off, and now I have two, so I look like one of you guys. Did I lose you?
Right. Oh no, I'm here. It was just space communication. It's fine. We're back. Elon Musk fixed it. It's okay. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, a grizzly bear ripped my third nut off, and now I got only two left.
Oh fuck. Well,
it's terrible. So
yeah,
that's dangerous. But we play it pretty safe. We know we've got tours to go on and do so and so forth. So I don't go anywhere dangerous. Like a school. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah. I would agree that there's definitely some areas when you're in America that just you might want to kind of try to avoid. That's you have armor, which is good. Like, what is, if you had to describe like what's your armor made out of? Like, did you guys have anything special from space still that you guys have that kind of has this augment that is added extra protection? You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah,
okay,
yes, because like so, this is a saber-toothed tiger skull.
Right.
Protects my noggin,
yes.
And it also covers my bald spot really well.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
These shoulder pads, actually, they came from. That's some kind of weird space beast.
Oh yeah, that looks like some kind of like double rhino. That's a big animal right there. You guys got going there. Oh shit.
Yeah, I used to have, some mastodon skulls and shit like that, but then I thought that was too earthly, so I got these imported back from home.
Okay.
Planet Crust. We call this animal a big fucking jerk.
He does kind of look like an asshole. I would build on.
I think that's like Latin.
Oh. Okay. That's fair too.
BFJ.
Big
fucking jerk.
Okay. When it comes to your, just speaking of your home planet, do you guys ever play hometown shows? Like there's the hardcore scene and it's always like, oh yeah, like our hometown band is out there in the world making it. Does your planet have that hometown pride for you guys as well? You guys on Earth conquering and all that. Are they supportive?
Well, no, my planet, no. It's pretty awful to perform back home because everyone on our planet, most of the Maximus Clan, which is, my bloodline, they all play guitar.
Right.
So when you go to a show, it's basically 1,000 dudes and about 900 of them play guitar. So they all just stand there like this.
That's fair, yeah.
And they just watch you play. And they stand in the back too. Nobody stands up front.
That's very relatable to Earth actually as well. That's a crazy parallel.
But here they adore us and they come to the front row and they beg for it.
Okay.
And we happily give it to them.
Oh, well, that's sick. Well, it can definitely be tricky, getting the hometown approval. But I mean, it seems like you guys with the approval right now, you're on Earth and you're conquering. Especially you guys have a brand new album out, the new Dark Ages, which I want to get into as well. But even speaking guitar specifically, I hear you guys work. Obviously, I hear a lot of Earth influences. A lot of like AC/DC, classic rock, heavy metal, thrash, and all that. Is there any surprising influences that comes to you as a guitarist that people might not know of? Is even otherworldly influences that maybe you heard something you're like, wow, like I kind of want to include some of that in Gwar.
It's a comedy. We actually invented modern music, by stretching dinosaur guts across the Grand Canyon and plucking them, and then we heard notes. We were like, oh, what? We'll create Western music. So we didn't create all music, just mainly Western stuff.
Okay.
Blues, rock. Some humans have mastered it better than others, such as, guys from AC/DC, Turbo Negro, one of the best, Judas Priest, Motorhead. Right. Fantastic. I don't know. I'd say surprising influences, maybe Steely Dan.
Oh, okay. That's a fun one. That's a
very fun one.
That is a fun one. Do you guys ever harness any unique? I mean, even hearing your music, like I know that you guys definitely are experimental to the point. But any time when you're just like, yo, I really want to make this feel like our home planet, and include maybe whatever specific primal noises that really are chants from your home planet, or even like specific laser noises, or because physics is different, obviously up in there. Like anything that's very like, whoa, that's not a human noise, right? That you guys have been really into at all?
Well, we did a lot of different sounds on this new record. You know, it's kind of hard after writing 13 amazing albums,
Yes,
and then you have to come up with a 14th more amazing one. You know, I'd rather disappoint everyone and write something that nobody will be happy with. But on the song "The Beast Will Eat Itself," you know, there's a lot of just different arrangements wise, a lot of different riffs. A lot of it sounds unlistenable. A lot of it's based in fucking I can't even remember that now. This is how much I pay attention.
That's you. I mean, you
Diminished.
have a busy day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, diminished. It's all based in diminished chords.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to get real technical into music, if you try to make anything like your primary harmony to be in Locrian, it's just god awful.
Yeah.
We decided let's go for that.
Just go for the diminished.
You know, but there's another song that's based around the Aztec death whistle. I don't know if you've ever heard what that is, but it's a device that was found in ancient Maya, and the Aztecs used it. You blow into it, and it sounds like a person screaming.
Oh.
So if you would have about 100 or 1,000 of these, and you gave them to a large group of people, and they all blew into them at once, you know, it would create a very horrific landscape.
Oh, shit.
And we wanted to illustrate that on this new record. So
well,
I can't remember the name of the song. It might be called Aztec Death Whistle.
That would make sense. That would make sense if it was going with that. Well, that's super sick. You know, just exploring different influences and throwing it in. Again, even just seeing your guys' discography, like you guys aren't afraid to try new stuff. You aren't afraid to explore, which is really cool. And something I love too is, you know, tying into even live shows. Like you guys are a fun, extreme, almost, you know, human destruction band in the sense of you are here to conquer, and it's, you know, you're kinging it. You're definitely alpha, and you guys are there. But you also play sometimes very meaningful, like emotional things. Like not every song is extremely heavy and brutal. Sometimes you guys will throw down even like an acoustic little thing here and there, and it's like, wow, you know, it's such a beautiful side of Gwar that I was wondering where you guys, like, is that common on the home planet? Like, what made you guys sometimes just want to like take a second and be like, you know what, we're conquering, but sometimes it's okay to just feel for a second.
Sometimes it's okay to feel, you know, feel your spouse or a stranger on the streets, you know, or even feel your own feeling. And I say that in a singular sense, right. Feeling.
That's fair.
But but you know, one thing that Gwar has never attempted, and one thing we were currently trying to master, is to make money.
Oh, shit.
So, you know, I feel like that's a brave new world.
Yeah.
Gwar trying to profit off their art.
That's it. What do you guys? What's the native currency from the Elder Planet? Do you have like something equivalent to money, or is it more like goat heads or like some kind of beast hunting that you guys have for currency back there?
It's kind of worthless. It's ruples.
Oh damn. Okay. That's we have something similar here on Earth, which that's fair. That's quite it's quite tough. I mean that's relatable. I feel that's why I love having someone like you on, because being an intergalactic band that comes here to conquer the Earth, people might not think there's a lot of relatability, but they're wrong.
No.
I think they're quite wrong. I feel like a lot of the day-to-day you guys have to deal with in space and in the Antarctic is quite relatable to just even sometimes like an everyday like person on here, which is cool to see. You know, it has this other light to Gwar, which is it's almost it's very wholesome. You know, even though it's very, you guys are conquering and kicking ass, right? It's almost like a wow. I want to give them an intergalactic hug at the same time. Do you feel that's fair to a case?
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, we're like the everyman. You know, I get up every day and take my Valtrex one at a time, like everybody else.
Right. Well, that's fair.
You know, for my herpes outbreak.
Yeah. Is there a cure, or is that something that's you're just gonna have to deal with for the next 10,000 years?
You just got to deal with it.
Just got to deal
and
with
everybody else that loves me has to deal with it too. That's the fun part.
That's fair.
It's something extra to share. You know?
Yes. Do you guys share a lot in the band? I'm assuming, like, just are there limits, or if you guys are just like, yo, like, you're my homie, like, I'm gonna show the care for what you do, you guys you'll just show the love, like, no restrictions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because there was a period of time where times were really tough, and we weren't making a lot of money, and we were scrounging for food, and we had to hire the same prostitute to suck all our dick.
Oh shit! Okay, that's quite intense. Yeah. Well, I mean,
nowadays, the fans. The fans are good nowadays. We could pass them around. And
right.
We share the good ones. We got a little notebook that, if they get pregnant, we ban them from future shows so they can't come back and claim child support and stuff like that.
Yeah. Speaking of live shows, of course, you guys put on some of there's just craziest live shows on Earth. Now, again, like, where'd you guys get that from? Is that like common to your home planet? Like, I know everyone's a guitarist, but do they like go pretty fucking crazy over there, put on a spectacle, or is that something you guys really wanted to make a statement when you came to Earth and be like, you know what? We're truly conquering you. Like, people sometimes make jokes, so they think it's a gimmick. No, like, do you really, like, you want people to know, like, we are here to fucking take over?
We just get right on stage,
right,
and we just try to put on a rock and roll show.
Right.
And what happens is all these idiots just come up there and try to get in our way. But if you get on stage at a Gwar show and you're not fortunate enough to be a member of Gwar, you'll quickly be dispatched and killed.
Right.
And we celebrate our victory by expunging the blood and guts onto the audience, and they just seem to eat it up. So we keep doing it.
Right.
The lead singer or whomever, sometimes they get a little so sexually excited about it. They'll even express that to the crowd. Is all over.
Did you ever have a situation which it wouldn't make sense, because if you're going to a Gwar show, I mean, you know what you're getting into. You're getting into just the best of the best, right? But ever have any fun situations where you had a fan that was like hyped and they're like, why am I all wet now? And they were genuinely upset, which doesn't make sense, because you know what you're getting at a Gwar show. But you ever have those cases where there's the odd fan in the front row that's like WTF almost,
Usually it's a child.
Oh.
Some parents, there are a lot of terrible parents out there that bring their children to Gwar shows,
right,
with no ear protection, and then as soon as they get sprayed with blood, the little scamps, they get very upset.
That's not the best parenting. I would agree with that. I don't know why someone would bring. It's obviously an adult ritual.
Terrible parent.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. I know you guys all like. Speaking of getting rid of people, I know you guys
had a girl come up.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, here I'm back. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, one time we even had a girl come up with a newborn. I mean, the thing was probably not even 6 months old.
Holy shit!
And I told management, I was like, "Look, if I didn't subscribe to her OnlyFans, I'd have to get you to kick her out."
It's wild to think that does happen, but I'm glad you guys seem so responsible with that. Which I got to give you guys a clap with that, because I feel like most bands, there's things that happen all the time with the fans and the pit and whatnot, and people getting hurt, and they won't just stop the show, and people might get a little too hurt. But I love that you guys you think so ahead that even if you're like, yo, there's a baby in there, they got to get out of here. You know what I mean? Because this is just, come on, like, this is not safe for them. Like, people that need to be here need to understand that they're about to go for a wild ride, and I think that's just responsible metal banding. I gotta give you guys huge claps for that.
It's not for the weak.
Yeah.
And there's danger associated in a Gwar show, and I don't want the kids to get hurt crowd surfing. I want to hurt them myself with my own bare hands, like a member of Gwar should.
Yes, that makes much more sense. I would agree 100%. And I mean, even during your live shows, like you said, you dismembering people, and if they get in your way. I notice you guys have a lot of like celebrity act things and all that stuff. Have you ever had any fun cases where, like, you know, you dismembered like a popular celebrity and they were maybe not about it? Did any of those ever happen where they actually hit up whatever, you know, your guys' space station and were like, hey, we're calling in, you know, what the fuck is this? Or is it usually pretty chill when it comes to that?
Most of the time, it's pretty chill. You know, most celebrities that we end up killing, we resurrect them.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's kind of like, you know, we have like a reanimator type fluid, and that's how we keep our slaves alive.
Right.
You know, some of them have been dead for 50 years. We just keep bringing them back.
Damn.
You know, and the only one we didn't bring back on purpose was Michael Jackson.
Okay. That was one moonwalk too late for him, I guess. Damn, I'm glad.
He wrote Thriller. But he was also thrilled with kids.
Yes.
You know, that's just weird, man.
Yeah, that's not the optimal mentality, definitely nowadays. To have that, so that
is weird too. How come Michael Jackson is continually celebrated amongst music fans and musicians alike, but you know, nobody extends the same courtesy to Gary Glitter.
That is, you know what? I that's why you guys got to be there, though. You guys got to make these. You know, you got to go out there, play your shows, and you know, show them the intergalactic way. Because I feel like, you know, the world is so lost, and humanity is just so lost with all the modernists and the Twitters and the tweeters and the Reddit, and that's why you guys come in here with a brand new perspective, and that's how you're like just change the world. And I really appreciate that, because I think people need to be intergalacticified to a point to wake up a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's like a big "I told you so." That's the whole Gwar show. It's us just pointing out all of your fallacies and failures and just rubbing your nose in it like a bunch of awful puppies that piss on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. And I mean, are you guys big animal lovers? Like you know, you guys obviously are conquering all day. But
oh yeah, Blothar is a huge animal lover. You know. Maybe in carnal ways that most people would puke. He's just really, really into dogs.
That's good.
Like the small ones.
I was gonna say any particular breed, but I guess he's more of a poodle dude himself. Maybe he goes for like a Shih Tzu poodle. Maybe that's his vibe.
Yeah, I don't know, like little beagles and stuff.
Beagles, okay.
It's kind of gross, you know. He's got to wrap them in duct tape so they don't explode when he sticks it in them. You know,
that's a rough one, man. That
is rough. I don't even like to watch that.
Yeah.
I used to, but you know, after about the 37th time, it gets kind of gross. The smell. Ugh.
What's the hardest thing about coming to Earth and having to adapt to when it comes to? I'm sure there's a bunch, but what's the hardest thing coming from an intergalactic, you know, universe to you know, something as boring as Earth that you guys were like, fuck, I guess we got to get used to this kind of deal?
Alimony.
Oh, alimony. Oh, that's
we don't have that where I'm from.
Okay.
You know, we kind of, where I'm from, it's a lot closer to like old school Islamic rules. You know, you can cut your wife's head off when you're done with her, but now we have to pay child support for all these. I mean, dude, I'm just having fun on the road,
right?
And then I'll get letters from all these different states. You know, hey, Pustulus, hey, I got your kid. He looks just like you, and I'm just like, nah, man, nah. I mean, he might look like me, but
right. That makes sense.
They can prove it. They can prove that it's mine.
They can prove
but
it.
I mean, it's kind of like you knew what you were getting into. Yeah. I'm not trying to be no dad. Where would all the Charles Bukowskis of the world be if they had fathers, you know, to guide them? That's how a true artist is born. You know, art is created from suffering.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, well, that's yeah. Suffering is definitely important, and that's. I mean, is that part of what a Gwar show is? It's about celebrating suffering, conquering, just good heavy metal. Like, is there any other things that maybe people would not expect that you guys be about when you're playing a show, and then they come to a show and they're like, oh, you know, I didn't know that maybe they
about
maybe
I'll be about that life.
Oh, okay. Are you guys about that life?
I don't even know what that means, but yeah.
Oh shit, you're about that life. Oh fuck. Well, that's fair enough.
About it. You know, most people don't know, but you know, the alimony thing came from my ex-wife is It's Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers. And man, once the divorce hit, it was pretty nasty. We had to do it in a U.S. court. She had a United States address because of the whole Cybon deal and everything.
Yeah.
Where her checks were mailed for the show. And God damn it. And then so I of course I didn't have anything to my name. So she gets half my guitar strings and half my weed.
The weed sucks too, but half the guitar strings. Did she take only?
That's all I have.
Oh fuck, dude. So was it only specific gauges? So now it's like you only have like a 6th and 5th string, but you don't have any 4s and 4th and 3rd strings. Like what's your setup?
It probably worked out for the best because I had 12 strings, 12 guitar strings, and she took half of them, but it was good because we were starting to sound pretty lame, like Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah,
nobody wants that.
Yeah, you guys don't want to. You don't want to get too similar sounding to some of those people because then it gets boring, right? It's just,
no, we don't want to get accused of stealing blues music from Americans.
Yes, yeah, that
like
could be
them.
That could be crazy. Are there any fun live show stories that like even you guys were shocked as crazy as you guys are that you were like, wow, what the fuck just happened?
No, I mean it's kind of the same old. There's a lot of like fucking going on in the audience.
Oh yeah.
Kids being exposed to things that'll scar them for years to come. Things that their parents are going to have to explain, but they're bad parents and they're probably driving home drunk. So I mean they're in too deep. We didn't cause all that damage.
Right.
But I don't know. The coolest thing I saw was we were going to play Daytona. Right after that girl peed in that guy's mouth. What was that?
Yeah, that was Brass Against. I remember that one.
Yes. Hats off to the singer of that band. That was amazing. Yeah. But of course, now it's like, how do we top that?
You can. There's other body fluids that come out of person. So I mean, if it's a body fluid war, I feel like urine is on the lower tier. It's not as intense. So I don't want to give ideas, but I feel like that can get more extreme.
It depends on what you eat. If you had a bunch of pineapple and stuff, it's probably not that bad. But if you're going ahead and eating things like asparagus, nah,
that's a rough
asparagus and coffee. That's going to be a really bad one.
Yeah. I mean,
no one's going to have a good time.
I mean, yeah, I know that event helped them go a little extra viral. Not that you guys need the extra virality, because I mean, you guys are the kings of extremity and conquering, right? Like, I mean, like if there was if any alien on Earth, like people want to know about that shit, So I mean, that's why you guys are kings with that, anyways. But yeah, it's that definitely. Sometimes the media likes to see some crazy, just urinating in public, in a live audience, and you see the news articles. What is the
I think it's true. Yeah. It's true rock and roll, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like sometimes you got to go. She didn't want to stop the show and go backstage to the Johnny House. Nobody wants to do that.
Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. That's a lot of work, and people are already hyped up, and it's like as the vocalist, you're really gonna let the rest of your band take care of the audience. Come on, you're not gonna trust them.
No, you don't want that. You can't put that kind of trust in your band. They'll stab you in the back the second you leave. Kind of like I did. That's why I'm singing now.
That's why you're singing now. Yeah, I mean,
I've usurped this position. I don't have an excuse for when Blothar comes back yet, so I'm trying really hard to figure out how I'm going to explain this to him. We told him we canceled all the shows.
Oh shit! Do you guys?
Hey, bud, we couldn't do this without you. So,
I mean, do you, for you guys to find which position and who goes where, right? Obviously, do you like battle it out in like gladiator style? Like in the olden days where everyone gets to pick their weapon and it's in front of a crowd and just the winner gets like to be the guitarist, or how does that kind of go about?
Well, that's how it happens in the studio. We just start out fighting and yelling and screaming, and everybody's trying to make friends with the producer for the first couple of days, to see who's going to get their tracks on there first, and then after a while, we start fighting and fucking and yelling and spitting and screaming and screwing, and eventually, we'll come out with something that's cohesive.
Okay.
But it takes a while to get there. It takes a lot of makeup sex and crying. And
like with each other or with other people, like with the band in itself, correct?
Yeah, well, like for example,
okay.
me and Blothar fought viciously over singing some songs. And, after I accidentally lacerated one of his penises.
Oh.
And I felt terrible. So I wanted to do something special for him. So I went to an Amish community, and there were a couple of teenagers, young women and boys who wanted to go venture forth into the modern world. And I took them I promised to show them everything. But what I really showed them was Blothar's basement.
This like, do you guys, does he go for any, like, at least cool, like, does he have any cool tools? Do you guys have any, like, very fun tools? Any intergalactic tools even that, most people have, like, the usual toys and stuff, like, whatever the fuck, right? Like, that's basic bitch shit. But do you guys have any, like, special, like, oh, wow, like, that's different, but it gets it going for you guys?
Sexually or murderously?
Why not both? And sometimes, they can go back and forth. It depends what you guys are into.
I mean, for like torture and things like that, you can only go so far as to, beat somebody with your hands, file down their teeth, insert piano wire underneath their fingernails. And these things they get old and tired after a while, and it's hard to get creative. But as an artist, it is our responsibility to challenge ourselves as well as modern ideas. So, we put people on giant racks and use tools like drill presses and heat guns and table saws, and try to take, use modern tools for a more creative approach to modify humans for sexual pleasure and to destroy them and end their lives, carve out their souls. We've been told that humanity does have souls. So we've been testing various vacuums available at Home Depot to see if we can capture the essence of the human as we put it out of its misery. So far, the attempts have been unsuccessful, but we shall continue to try.
Yeah.
There's lots of different brands of vacuums we haven't tried yet.
That's true.
There's there's the Shark available at Costco's, and then there are other brands, like Dyson, and of course the little stingers available at Home Depot, and the bucket heads, that actually come with a 5-gallon bucket.
Right.
Those are pretty handy.
Do you guys go to, are you pretty in with Home Depot? Like, is that your go-to spot usually if you need some torture tools or whatever, just to get things spicy, is Home Depot the go-to? Is it Costco? What's your go-to department store?
I guess it'd probably be the Home Depot. Yeah. Because if I go to Lowe's, I'm already kind of blue, and everybody's like, "Hey, do you work here? What could I'm looking for a 1/8 nipple for my water filtration system." I'm like, "Fuck you! I don't know anything about that shit. What do I look like, a plumber?"
Right.
Come on now.
Do you ever have people notice you guys in Home Depot that want to, fans want to take pictures or get, blood sprayed on them and whatever, body fluids that come up and ask you guys for these requests in like a Home Depot or anything?
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll entertain them to a degree. Most of the time we just take them into the employee bathroom and make them regret ever talking to us.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm glad you guys have some.
And we don't even wash our hands when we leave.
Oh, fuck, man, that's devastating.
We're like rebels, man.
Rebels. I like that. I mean, yeah, like, do you guys ever thought about expanding? I mean, you guys have a crazy line. Like, you have, and correct me if I'm wrong, some of this comic books. You guys have even like a whole barbecue, Gwar Fest kind of thing going on. Like, you guys have a lot of items and events you guys put on with the Gwar, intergalactic name. Have you guys ever thought about expanding into like tools that maybe would be sold at Home Depot or even torture tools, whatever it might be, any of that?
Oh man, yeah, that's a Gwar signature drill press with variable speed RPMs would be very killer, very cool. You could put it. How about a Gwar signature drill press with a keyless chock that does not require a tool to open and insert different bits in it?
That's good.
That'd be revolutionary.
That would be.
And you could. This is a great idea, Nick. We could sync Bluetooth to the drill press, and it'll spin at the revolutions of the song that you're listening to on your iPod.
Yes.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
There you go. That's a million.
You guys, with the twists.
Well, with the twists, of course, and you could even, I mean, if you guys want, have a soundboard attached to it. In some ways, it's like you press this button, and then you guys can say whatever that just pops out. A little microphone or not a microphone, a little speaker right there.
If you don't have somebody to torture, the drill press will come with 30-minute MP3s with various screams and torture sounds on it, so you can act like you're in Gwar's dungeon.
There you go. That's
available only at Home Depot.
Available only at Home Depot. Well, of course, if Home Depot was watching, please make this happen. I mean, these boys are obviously ready. Like, come on, let's go, Gwar Press. You call it Gwar Press even. There you go. Wow, that's an easy one.
I'm ready to put this into R&D tomorrow.
R&D tomorrow. That's amazing. You sounds like you guys have a lot
I'll send you the first one.
I'll take it. I'll show it on chat. I'm sure chat would be into that. We'll experiment and do some fun things with that.
Great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You guys seem to have like good handiwork knowledge and all that. Like, did you have a trade in your other, in where you guys came from, whatever planet, that before it was playing guitar, at least for yourself? Like, did you repair the spaceships or like, tend to aliens or something specifically? Like, did you have a job before guitar? Or was it that usually?
Oh, well, I was just a conscript in an army.
Oh, okay.
We all had various jobs.
Right.
Mine was I was very skilled at plugging in my guitars. So.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
That's a big one. Right. So I was able to, I could take a chord, 20 feet, 30 feet, or 10 meters, if you will.
Right.
15 meters, and I could plug the cord into the guitar and then into the amplifier. Mm-hmm. Not everybody could do that.
They can't.
So
They can't. That's true.
No.
They usually have to require.
And sometimes, I was in class. I was training before I went AWOL. We were training to learn how to insert the cable from the back of the amplifier to the speaker. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get that far into it, so it's really just the one job, just to plug in the guitar. I mean, we got guitar techs for that now. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I just shred sick riffs now.
Dude, I will say, like, wherever you got those fucking intergalactic chops, man, they rip. Like, I hear a lot of the old school influence, but it sounds very modern. You know what I mean? Is there any music that maybe you listen to nowadays from just pathetic human beings that are like, oh wow, like, it's something new, whether it's modern bands or something that kind of has a bit of a that has piqued your interest?
It is hard to find good modern music. It's especially in rock and roll. Somebody was asking me about hip hop yesterday and rap music, and I kind of gave them this answer. It's the same as rock and heavy metal. All of the most accessible bands and crap that's on the radio, it's usually going to be the worst. You have to dig a little bit deeper to find the good stuff. Like, they're not going to play Turbo Negro in the top 40. You have to seek that out.
That's true.
Save for bands like the Helicopters and hell, even. The only Thin Lizzy song they play on classic rock radio is going to be "The Boys Are Back in Town," and that's their worst track ever. That's a
very popular track, by the way. Yes, that's fair.
It's terrible, But even like Rush, sure they'll play Tom Sawyer on the radio. But are they playing Anthem?
They're not.
Or Working Man?
It's not Anthem.
Oh no.
That's.
I love all the, death metal bands up until like 1999. Then we got a hard cutoff. Yeah. Because they didn't write any good death metal after the year 2000, except for maybe the band Severe Torture. That's pretty cool.
I haven't heard of that one. I'm much more in I've listened to a lot more of the modern tech death stuff, Archspire and Fury and some stuff like that. But when it comes to like that pure death metal stuff, I mean, obviously, there's the OGs, there's Cannibal Corpse and stuff, but never heard of that one specifically.
Cannibal is good. They're the ones who kind of ruined it for everybody because they wrote all the songs. They really did. And it's just like once they got to about album 3 or 4, you were like, damn, what do I got left?
Yeah.
Like, what do you have left to write about? They've killed somebody in about every way you can imagine.
If you had to invite any death metal vocalist or guitarist into your clan, or a couple of them, who would join your who would join the Maximus Clan? Who would be worthy, you think, in your eyes?
Oh wow, that's good. That's very interesting. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard.
Well, they'd have to be able to battle too, right? So not just vocal talent or guitar talent, but just in general being able to deal with penguins, polar bears, and then the eventual intergalactic threats that you're gonna have to face and fight off.
Chris Barnes and I have the same hairstylist. So that could be something.
That could work. Okay, Chris Barnes.
Yeah, he got me high on what do you call it? What's that stuff? Dabs for the first time.
Oh shit. Okay, that's.
Yeah, I was really disappointed. I thought we were going to do something a lot worse when I saw a torch come out. But
maybe next.
Of course, then you get high on dabs and you go from 0 to 60 in like no time. Yeah. Man, I had to leave.
Oh shit, man!
It's getting paranoid.
Yeah,
I thought taxes were going to be due the next day. It's awful.
Yeah, you don't want to know that.
That maybe Glenn Benton. He's kind of an alien.
Okay, that's a good pick. That's fair. Yeah, they kind of. Yeah, I feel like there are definitely some people on Earth who disguise themselves as humans. They have complete bullshit, but really, they're from somewhere else. Like, let's be fucking real here. Like when you see a different intergalactic being, like, do you have a sensor? Are you like, yo, you're not from around here, motherfucker? Like you're.
Oh yeah. Of course, we were watching the presidential elections back in 2015-16. I was like, Hillary, I know her. I know her. Yeah.
Is she from your planet specifically, or is she somewhere else?
No, but she's a reptilian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, total shapeshifter and everything.
Got you. Yeah, I mean it's. They're living on with us in society, chat. So like, take this as an educational lesson, if anything. You know what I mean?
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're laughing right now in chat, but this is this is be aware. Like this is a fuck. No,
I mean, you could tell them apart easily. Donald Trump, obviously by his rhetoric, he was exactly what you would expect an American to be.
Yeah.
Terrible and racist, and has a lot of good jokes. Loves to eat McDonald's every day.
Yeah. He's orange.
But,
I mean, like, he has to get that orange tint from somewhere. Like, that's not a human orange tint. That's some fucking space shit right there, dude.
And Hillary, though, but she's definitely a reptile. She's trying to bring people together and bathe in the blood of virgins and sacrifice children in the back of a pizza joint and things like that. Mm-hmm. That's some serious shit, man.
Would it be?
But don't blame me. Yeah. I voted for Kodos.
Mm-hmm. Would you almost relate her to the Ninja Turtle? Like she almost could be a Ninja Turtles at that point. It's very green and reptilian.
Ooh, Ninja Turtle. I don't know. Well, the turtles, I guess they're reptiles, but they're more like lizard people.
That's fair. Okay.
Descendants of the Anunnaki from planet Nibiru that's hiding behind the moon. Everyone knows that.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Okay.
We just haven't seen it yet. It's really, really close. Mm. It's really, really close. You know what? Have you noticed, and this is even before the info wars, that Alex Jones fought so hard, and he's a veteran of the info wars,
Mm-hmm.
But before that, there was all of the stuff about the Anunnaki and planet Nibiru. It was wiped from YouTube.
Oh wow!
A long time ago. I was smoking weed with some hobos, and I was trying to pull up videos on my phone many moons ago and show them all this stuff, tell them what was really happening in the world.
Right.
And I couldn't find the old videos. The explanations from George Norrie and just a lot of things about Planet X. They're not there anymore. It's almost like they don't want you to know the truth.
They might not want you to know the truth, man. I would agree with you on that. That's sketchy. That's just very coincidental for them. Very.
I vacationed there. It's real.
Yeah. Fuck. What's your? Do you have a favorite place on Earth to vacation? Or do you have a favorite place in space to vacation? Like if you were like, hey, I got some time off of Gwar right now. I want to just relax, do some drugs, have some fun. Like what's your happy place as yourself?
Oh, the Club Trapeze in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. What goes on?
Just sex parties, orgies. No clothes allowed in the pleasure chamber.
Right.
They give you a nice little locker to go to. You have to bring somebody with you. Single males have to pay more. So if you go on Sunday night, it's like a couple's night. So you have to get a couple.
Yeah.
You can pay anybody you want to go with you. And just have to pretend to be your spouse.
Well, that's again being a band and needing money. That's the hardest part. Like you need the money to get that done, right? So that's why. Hey. Yo, get that drill going with Home Depot. Like that's the ticket out. That's the ticket out right there. I think you guys will be solid.
It's great, man. Oh, in Canada. Oh, I forgot. Y'all have the spas.
Spas? Like, yeah, oh yeah.
You ever been to the spa? What part of Canada are you from?
Toronto, the city with the the pointy
yes,
thing.
Yes, they have them there.
Oh shit, okay.
The sex spa.
Oh shit. I haven't gone myself. I've heard
oh, you're missing out.
Okay.
It's so nice. You could go in there, for an older gentleman like me, I have to come up with, very elaborate ruses to attract,
right.
young men and women to my bedchamber. But, for a young, handsome man such as yourself, you could just go in there and it's like a club. You walk around in the tower, you meet other people and you say, hey, you want to go stroke it with me in the sauna?
Right.
And, yeah, it's very, very cool. It's very, you can get massages and all kinds of stuff there. It's very, very nice. They don't have things like that in America. They frown on them.
Yeah,
they frown upon.
I'm sure we
liberation.
can. I'm sure there's a lot of spas. They pour maple syrup on you. Fucking, you can eat all you want poutine. Like, I'm sure it's very, very conducive to the culture here too. I'm sure you can find a few polar bears and beavers. To. Have some fun and
here in the clubs in America, they're all you can't serve alcohol at the bar because there's people fucking in the background and all that stuff. And you have to have designated sex areas. You can't just plow all over the place. And that's we turn all those limits off when you come to a Gwar concert. You can bang anywhere you want.
That's fair. That's good. That's very open and accepting, and that's great in modern age. I think is that openness and acceptance of being able to do that all at a beautiful concert where you can just listen to some fucking great music like that.
Oh yeah.
Where else are you gonna find that? I don't think anywhere else. I'm gonna be real. I don't think anywhere else.
I've seen people plow in the front row.
Oh really?
It's not pretty.
Do they also get sprayed with all the stuff too? So it's like it's a whole thing. They like
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of aids as a lubricant, I guess, at that point. Blood lube, cum lube.
That's fair. My dude, it's been a pleasure talking with you. I have one more question. So, of course, with new Dark Age album coming out, why the new Dark Ages? Like, haven't you guys came here to conquer? Like, have you? What is new about the Dark Ages? Are we already in them? When you guys came to conquer, was that not the start of it? What makes them
new? The first generation, Dark Ages 1.
Okay.
That was more about, it was a technological wasteland. People were fearing new technology coming in, and it was very much, a period of death and disease and limitless or very limited socio-political growth,
right?
Economic growth, economic disparity, but nowadays, technology is what's putting you back in the Dark Ages.
Oh.
Your privacy is gone. You've given it away to these smartphones.
Yes.
You just give everything away. You sell your data. You're living under a microscope. And humanity gladly gives it away all for free Facebook. And it's horrible.
Who the fuck uses Facebook anyways nowadays, right? Fuck Facebook, eh? Fuck that shit.
Old people, I guess.
Maybe,
but,
maybe,
but it is. It's like you're trapped. You don't realize how you're trapped. Science is becoming more and more frowned upon. Technology that would save humanity is being shelved for things that will make money.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Well, that.
You're not interested in progressing together as a species. You just want you just want the highest tier people to be regularly enslaved so they work and create tax dollars so governments can fund wars and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's really nasty out there. And the fact that you can't see it before your own very eyes, that's why Gwar is here to tell you that you've fallen into the new Dark Ages. And the only salvation you have is death. Kill yourself now before it's too late. Get out of here. Do not procreate.
Gwar, everybody, with their new album, the new Dark Ages comes out tomorrow. Show them the love. Check it out. We have Pustulus Maximus. Give him a good clap. Round of applause. Pustulus, thank you so much for taking time out of conquering Earth to come hang with us for a day. Much love. I'm excited to listen to the entire album when it drops. Any last second words? I mean, you had a good speech there anyways. Any other last second words for the people still hanging out here?
Don't tell Blow I've usurped his position. I have to come up with a good excuse on what to tell him when he gets back.
Okay.
You know,
Chat, don't snitch.
Hey,
don't snitch.
Yeah, don't snitch. I gotta be like, hey, big guy, while you were out gallivanting around town, we couldn't do it without you. So, we all went out for ice cream for a week. I don't want him to feel bad when he comes back. He is truly the leader of the band and our lead singer, so I must have some sort of respect.
Yeah, that's fair.
Across the chain.
That's fair.
The command chain.
The command chain.
I'll let him be first in line for the gangbang.
Pustulus, everybody, thank you so much, dude. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Conquering Earth, destroying, spewing blood and bodily fluids on people, dude. Thank you so much, and best of luck with everything and conquering Earth. I'm excited to see what the Earth is in a couple of years after it's been fully conquered. Thank you so much, man.
You will be spared, and you will be the first recipient of the Gwar drill press.
Fuck yes. Okay, I love it. I'm fine. I'm good with it. Pustulus, thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, my dude. All right.